Is the majority of Stargate SG-1 just a huge delusion and fantasy created in the minds of Jack O'Neill and Daniel Jackson? You'll find out right after this. Hey everybody, I am Taylor from Beard vs. Geek, where I show you it is okay to be a man and a geek at the same time. Today we're stepping through the gate and we are talking about Stargate SG-1. Specifically, Season 2, Episode 4, the episode entitled The Gamekeeper. This is where Stargate SG-1 travels to the planet P7J989, and they get trapped in a virtual reality machine. And in this virtual reality, Daniel Jackson witnesses his parents' death again and again and again, and Jack O'Neill and Teal'c experience a blown mission that Jack did back during the Cold War, which was blown again and again and again. To quote the Gamekeeper,
"Allow me to introduce myself. I am the Keeper. The Keeper of. Keeper of all that is, was, and will be in this place."
And not only does it allow you to experience your past events and to try to change them again and again and again, it also allows you to experience anything that you could possibly imagine. Now, during the course of this episode, we know that once it was faked to SG-1 that they were able to escape and get back to Stargate Command and return back and report and do their normal after-mission briefing.
Whoa! You think we're really out this time?
However, they caught on to the fact that the Keeper was actually impersonating General Hammond, and so they tried to throw off his plans. And at the end of the episode, it is claimed that SG-1 left the virtual reality, and along with the residents of the virtual reality, and then they started picking flowers, which caused the Keeper to pretty much have an aneurysm. And then they went on their merry way, and, reality was as good as normal. Or was it? I propose the idea that the Keeper is smarter than he appeared to SG-1 at the second half of the episode, and really every SG-1 moment after that, it was all in the heads of Jack O'Neill, Daniel Jackson, and eventually Samantha Carter. Now, why would I propose this theory? Several reasons. Point number one, the Keeper is extremely intelligent and he wants to maintain control and power over his residents. And being the wise person that he is, I propose to you that the residents of the virtual reality world did not have access to Daniel Jackson and to Jack O'Neill's minds until the end of the episode. Now, you might say, now wait a second, we saw them in the episode. Well, that wasn't really them. I propose that those were imaginings, that those were the Keeper proposing this idea of what would happen if he were to introduce his residents to his new movies, according to Daniel Jackson's analogy. Now, I propose that he actually set up the scenario of what would happen if he let his residents have access to these new minds in his system. And that led to ruin. So, at the end of the episode, that is when the Keeper decided that he would have to introduce his residents very stealthily to SG-1, or not introduce SG-1 to his residents at all. Now, when going and seeing a new piece of entertainment, you want to know something about it before you tell your friends. You want to see a trailer, you want to see a preview of that movie before you go and you spend your money and you take your friends to it and you say, yeah, this is a great source of entertainment. Well, I propose that the Keeper did the same thing. That whole episode after SG-1 got pulled into the machines was the Keeper's trailer. That is when the Keeper was able to play with his new toys and to find out if they were really good enough for his residents or for him. He would not risk these people who have clearly just seen his planet and his garden to interact with his residents and give them that vital piece of information that made the residents want to leave in his scenario. A person who has been manipulating minds for 1,000 years would know better. Therefore, I propose that these people shown in the episode were not actually people. They were not the residents, the real residents of the virtual reality world. They were another part of the simulation. Therefore, I propose that the Keeper really is more intelligent than he appears in the second half of the episode. He used his intelligence from the first half. He gave the hard sales speech. After he failed, he wasn't going to give up. He wasn't going to escape with SG-1 on his tail. Instead, he would make it look like he did, but keep SG-1 in that virtual reality and make them think that they had come out of it for sure. In reality, all of that, the entire freaking episode, was virtual reality. And this continues on for the rest of the series. Have you ever thought how about in 10 years after that moment, they defeated all of the Goa'uld system lords? They led a successful Jaffa rebellion that Tilk had proposed all along and that Braytak was a fan of. They destroyed the replicators on Earth and on planets that Jack and Daniel did not know about, but Tilk did know about, and their imaginations knew about. Because we want to imagine things all the time, and this virtual reality puts that imagination into reality. Also, the Ori come. The Ori and their godlike beings are destroyed in a couple of years. All of it just way too freaking easy. All of the archaeology stuff that Daniel Jackson wants to experience, how he thinks and how he imagines the universe to be, and all of this ancient Egyptian and godlike stuff, all this mythology brought out on a universal scale. Of course, because it is Daniel Jackson's imagination that provided it to be real in the virtual reality. All of their victories are way too easy. And they can never freaking die. How many times has Daniel Jackson, for instance, died and been brought back via sarcophagus or Telcheck device or weird, crazy technology? What about Jack O'Neill? What about Samantha Carter? What about Tilk? The four main characters, they never die permanently. They always come back to life. It's like getting that player respawn when you're playing a video game. In the end, I propose that everything after Season 2, Episode 4 is part of a virtual reality environment brought on by Daniel Jackson's mind, Jack O'Neill's mind, and eventually Samantha Carter and Tilk, because that Keeper is going to find a way to manipulate his technology to take advantage of their lives. And instead of being forceful, and instead of bringing the audience to the entertainment, to the reality first thing, he let them think that they had defeated him, and therefore did not question their reality after that.
Of course, people have to know they exist to use them.
Which you have now shown them.
And they have to know that there's somewhere to go.
And you have told them that.
You have ruined everything.
And come on, who does not imagine awesome things happen in their life? If you're a military person and your entire life has been about war, and you have a Jaffa buddy who has been beside you and who has told you again and again and again how the Goa'uld do things, how war with Goa'uld goes, of course that's what you're going to imagine. If you're an archaeologist who has been shunned from the discipline for years, but yet you found out that you're right, of course you are going to imagine all of these great archaeological and historical connections all across the freaking universe. Plus you have input from a Jaffa, so you have the Jaffa Rebellion going on, and you have input from an astrophysicist, from Carter, who is not only a military tactician, but is a great scientist. So bringing in the input of their minds into Daniel Jackson's and Jack O'Neill's, and maybe eventually the Raw minds as well, it is very possible that after Season 2, Episode 4, it's all virtual reality. And at the end of the episode, why do they think they're back in the regular reality? All because of the expressions and the actions of the Keeper. A person who has been manipulating the minds of people and the imaginations of people for 1,000 years.
This is real this time, isn't it?
Do not pull that! You are ruining the garden!
It's real.
Let me know if you agree or disagree with this theory in the comments down below, and let me know why. I would love to hear your opinions. Also, if you want a channel just about Stargate, Stargate SG-1, Stargate Atlantis, anything Stargate, let me know in the comments down below. I am strongly considering starting a Stargate channel, but I want to know if you guys would watch that channel because it's a lot of work to start a new channel. So let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe. Great videos are coming out every week where I show you it is okay to be a man and a geek at the same time. You can also click on one of these two videos right here for more manliness and geekiness. Because after all, if the women don't find you manly, they should at least find you geeky. And until next time, don't go shaving on me.